It's this interesting combination, isn't it, of sort of day to day, but also this long term thing that's in front of us. And I think probably what's happening now, if we look at sort of the stages of this, is that at the beginning, there was a little bit of novelty to it, even though we knew that it was going to be a big deal. There was almost sort of this excitement, not in a positive way, but sort of like, all right, let's get ready and we're going to do this. And I think we've now moved into the novelty is worn off. And I think that what families are probably experiencing more than they were experiencing even last week is more boredom, more irritation, more sort of where is the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think the other thing that has happened, and this is an important part of parenting, is that we are getting more and more sad stories. So I think we're hearing about people dying. Certainly if somebody of any fame or notoriety gets the virus, we hear about it, that we're losing people. And I think that that's increasing not only sort of our worry, but also just our sadness. So it feels pretty heavy right now to people. And I think that that's, again, something we really need to pay attention to around our kids, because they are picking up on our emotional tone. They aren't seeing other people. So in the normal course of family life, if mom is in a grumpy mood, you can go somewhere else and be with other people. We're all sort of stuck together with this. And I think that makes a difference. So despite the fact that we feel so heavy about this, we absolutely have to pay attention to the emotional stuff that we're giving off.
And what's the best way, if you're still trying to maybe explain this to your children, especially now that a lot of parents this week told their kids, it's now May, honey, and it kind of looks like it's going to be a while. How do you sort of sit your child down and explain the gravity of the situation, but also not terrify them? I know we're all scared right now,
Yeah. So explaining the gravity of the situation really depends on the age of your kids. So older kids are going to find things out, and they're going to hear from their own being on the internet or talking to friends and that kind of stuff. It really is okay to protect little kids from the gravity of the situation. They really don't need to know the details. So you present it in a very matter-of-fact way. You talk about the fact that there is this virus and we're doing all that we need to do so that the rest of us, so that we don't spread it to other people. And you can just sort of leave it at that. One of the things that catastrophic parents do is they think that giving the really scary, bad information will help make their children more compliant. Mm-hmm. And it might make them more compliant, but it also just makes them more scared. And fear in little kids right now, there's no purpose to that. There's no need to make them feel afraid, because we're still in charge of where they go and what they do. So we don't need to go into details with little kids. I think that with older kids, one of the things that can help is when we explain why we're doing this and why we're going to be in our houses until May and why you may not be able to go back to school, that offering them some of the bigger picture, that this is something from a moral perspective or from a big picture health perspective, that we're all doing this together. That's a good message to give older kids, but you don't have to give that message to little kids. And by little kids, I would say anybody, preteen, maybe a little bit, but really, in elementary school grades, I don't think that they need to know the numbers. It's just not going to be helpful.
A lot of good advice there. And